What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Nash. Today we're going to be talking about finance jobs that do not require a college education, but these are going to require a high school education or something that is equivalent to high school education, which is usually a year or 2 years of experience in the same job. But I'm assuming that you probably have a high school education and you just want to get into finance. And a lot of college students that are finance majors that are not able to get internships, they actually apply for these jobs and they get in because they have, maybe a little more than a high school education. So it's easier for them to get accepted to these jobs. And they treat those as internships where you get to learn more about finance and, how things really work. And these are going to be administrative support type of jobs where you're going to be supporting a position in the financial department, whether it's a financial analyst or someone else, you're going to be supporting that person. Which means there's a lot of data that is involved with these positions, whether you're doing data entry or you're just collecting the data yourself. All right, so the first one is going to be a bank teller. So if you walk in a bank and you're going to deposit a check, 90% of the time, you're going to go ahead and go talk to your bank teller because that is going to be the first person that you see when you walk into the bank. All right, so essentially their job is to process transactions at the bank. So if you walk in with a check and you want to deposit money into your bank account, they're going to be able to process that. If you walk in, you want to pay off a loan, they're going to be able to process that. Maybe you want to take money out, they're going to be able to process that. And one of the most challenging things that I think about this job is going to be if it's essentially a customer service job. And if you are working in customer service, you have to be really knowledgeable about the service or the product that's being offered. That in this term is going to be the bank. So essentially, someone might come and say, "I want to open a savings account. What options do you have?" So you have to be able to tell the customer, the options that you have, or if they're trying to take out a loan, or if they have any questions. So that is going to be one of the learning curves when it comes to this job. But the good thing is there is on-the-job training for these jobs. So that is one thing I love about jobs like this that do not require, college education. It's mostly with every finance job, if not every job that you get on-the-job training, you're going to be able to have on-the-job training, which is going to allow you to succeed in the position, right? So in this case, you're going to learn about the services that Wells Fargo has, for their customers, right? So if somebody asks you a question, you're going to be able to answer that. All right. So when it comes to the skills that you need, it's obviously going to be customer service, and you got to be detail oriented, right? Because people are going to be giving you money. You're going to be handling a lot of money throughout the day. You're going to be taking down a lot of information. So you have to pay attention to detail. You cannot miss information. Sometimes you might miss a zero. That's a difference between $100 and $1,000. All right. So when it comes to the average pay for this job, according to Glassdoor, which is a website that actually collects salaries from people that work in those specific positions, and I create an average. So the average is going to be $29,000, with the lowest being $23,000 and the highest being $37,000. One of the things you might want to look for is going to be, how much they get paid in different locations. So if I'm looking in Texas, they might get paid less compared to somebody who works in New York because of the cost of living and all that. The averages are going to be different across states, countries. All right, so the next one is going to be a finance clerk or financial clerk. So there are a lot of responsibilities that fall under a finance clerk job. So there's so many titles that are going to be underneath that, but the general title is going to be finance clerk, right? So essentially what they do is that they maintain and update financial records when it comes to maybe billing or a payroll or, timekeeping. There's so much that goes into this. Anything that's finance related that has money related, maybe it's invoicing, sending invoices, or maybe, data entry or collecting data on late payments or things like that, or having to reach out to clients for late payments. This is also going to require skills like customer service. You have to also have, organizational skills. You have to have, pay attention to detail. And when it comes to the average pay for this job, according to Glassdoor, it is going to be $36,000. So this one is a little more compared to the bank teller simply because this one has a lot more responsibilities, and there's so many things that go into this. Because if you're working as a finance clerk, you're essentially taking care of everything finance related. You're kind of like a finance assistant, where where you do all the things that the financial analyst does not want to do, and now you're stuck doing all of those things. But essentially, those are the two jobs that do not require a college education. These jobs are usually part-time, which is really great if you want to do this part-time while you're in college, or if you already have a job and you want to do this part-time as well, you can absolutely do that. But that is pretty much it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Make sure to go ahead and hit the subscribe button below if you haven't already, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.